Today is January 7th. It's a Tuesday. It's 10:43 p.m. I saw this S&P Capital uh, uh, Mike Bellafiore giving a presentation in a hotel through his I guess they're call I don't know if I guess they're employees, okay? So I guess they're employees or independent contractors or whatever they are. Or maybe they are employees. So he made a statement about consistency. And he says, what are the three most important things about consistency? He says, trading. He says, what are the three most important things? Like Buffett has money, right? Rule number one, don't lose money. Rule number two, don't lose money. The rule number three, don't lose money. And then he says, what are the three rules of day trading? That's what he said. He says, and it says consistency. Then the second rule is consistency. And I think he said something about, and then I'll ask the audience, do you know what the third one is? I think that's what it is. And the whole room, I think, started to uh, erupt in laughter. And of course, it's consistency. Now, being a market addict, somebody could say that to me a million times, and I would not even understand what that means. I would not understand. Okay, because what that will do is it'll just switch my brain off to seeing things on a logical level. Right now, it's very similar to what I have, but I have defeated the bigger portion of what addiction is to the market, which is essentially not even being able to see anything, not even be able to see what I've done, not reviewing what I've done. Okay, and so now that I'm looking at things and analyzing why would these people be so elated to the fact and call it the three rules? And I've noticed that today. For the past several days, what I've been doing is I've been trading small. Okay, and when I trade small and I'm consistent, those small gains become a big gain. Okay, I can go for one big gain uh, and take the big gain, or I can take numerous small gains to make a big gain. And so what I've noticed, and I've been after, see, I am not, uh, fortunately, I have two kids who are genetically, uh, genetically made up of my ex-wife's uh, DNA mostly, and I pray it is, because I'm not the brightest guy on this earth. I was like, when I came to America when I was 10 years old, I had to repeat third grade, okay? I had to repeat third grade. You only see this in a movie, okay? Now, the school system, Garfield Elementary School, did not put me on they didn't put me on a short bus, fortunately for me. But I was able to, after being like uh, repeating third grade, right? I repeated third grade. And when I did math, I was quite, even though I was probably the dumbest guy in South Korea as far as math is concerned, I excelled in math because all it is adding and subtracting and multiplication, right? So that's what happened. Anyway, so I am categorically not the brightest person. Uh, Look where I am, right? Look where I am. I'm like, I mean, anyway, I mean, look, just look where I am, right? Out of a Anyway, I won't go into that detail. I've talked about it plenty. So the idea is called consistency. And as I've been trading hundreds of trades for the past week, what I've noticed is that what I've noticed is that if I keep doing this and I'm consistent, then I can take this 10K uh, I can take this 10K 10K platform challenge and make it into something bigger. Okay. So whatever the gains that I'm getting, all I have to do is multiply by 10. Okay. And if I do a 200K trading platform challenge, I could just do it 20x, right? That's all I have to do. And what I've noticed is that when I trade small, the emotional tendencies are suppressed. Okay. And what I've noticed is that it allows me to think a lot more clearly, and it allows me to critically think about what I'm doing. That's one. The second part is it allows me to make connections. Okay. If I'm most likely, um, it says that, well, there's this guy named uh, these eaters. They Randy Santel is one of the more popular American eaters out there. He's quite popular. He's not the best, but he's a very popular guy. Okay, and so on his shirt it says, the secret to the winning is done before the eating before eating starts, which means that all the preparation work needs to be done before the before the eating challenge occurs, because he's got to stretch out his stomach and all that stuff, right? So what I've noticed is that consistency consistency is a incredibly important, fundamentally important part of day trading. I came to that conclusion, even though, see, I'm not the brightest person. It's like I'm definitely not the brightest. Definitely not. I was sitting in front of a pasture for what seems to be like 6 weeks, 6 months, and more, trying to learn the basics, the entry level of studying of becoming a Christian. And we're studying. And then in the middle of it, I asked him, uh, I asked him, do you think that the thick skull that I have, there's an opening? And he responded and says, now I'm seeing a slight opening in your thinking. In your thick skull, there's a small little opening. I guess so. So what I've noticed is that I know that I'm not the brightest person, and that's why after 4 years I'm figuring this thing out. It's it's hard to make those connections, even though even though it seems so obvious. But for somebody like myself who's very very thick headed, I mean I would liken this experience as me trying to take Forrest Gump, which is also me, and then elevating to an area where I achieve an expertise level, where I become part of that 1% of the individuals who become consistently profitable. Okay, that's what I'm attempting to do. What I'm attempting to do is take this person who is uh, a DNA handicapped, and make myself into a consistently profitable day trader. And what I've noticed is this: the reason why S&B Capital has three rules which are the same but named in three different rules is consistency. Consistency, consistency, consistency. What I noticed is that without consistency, I can trade any size I want. It really doesn't matter. Consistency is so, so, so important. Consistency. Now I'm like appreciating what that means to be consistent. Okay, trading small has taught me to understand how important that is, and many of the professional day traders talk about. Even Al Brooks states this. Uh, on his level, what he does is he prefers to trade numerous trades in small sizes, but he knows a friend who just makes one trade in a while and then make a big gain, and he has another friend who makes lots of trades and obviously he's a scalper, right? And so that's how they are. But I have to be consistent in which I have to be consistent, just period. I have to be consistent. Okay. Okay. I have to go back to trading. Okay. Consistency.